Hey guys, we're about to run a review, and we've got a start of a fire up there. We've had a really long stretch of 90-degree weather here in the mountains, and never like to see fire because they spread quickly, and we're in a relatively populated area. So trying to get to our Gold Mine Hill path over to Pennsylvania Gulch, but they're closing the roads.
Wrangler or Tacoma? That's a classic question that a lot of you guys may have out there when it comes to off-roading. Which one is better? Now, on the surface, these two may not seem like they have much in common, but you'll be surprised just how similar these two are.
Wait a minute, this does not seem fair. Your Jeep is modified, it's lifted, it's got bumpers, there's a winch, and then suspension and tires. Well, this Tacoma is a Tier D off-road, which is kind of mid-range off-road Tacoma because there is the Pro above it.
And I've got the Sport, which is also mid-range because there's a Rubicon above it. Now, yeah, this Jeep from the factory costs $32,000, but when you add all the goodies, it adds about another $10,000. So I'm at about $42,000. How much does that truck cost?
Just over $41,000 here, which is about the same.
Besides airing down, I've also got TerraFlex Falcon shocks, which I can adjust to either firm or soft. Now, going off-road, I want it soft so I get a better ride and a little bit more control. Andre, before we get to the Gulch, let me show you the advantage of having a short wheelbase. There's a really steep and rocky downhill over there.
Yep.
And with the Jeep, I'm going to go for it. I wouldn't do it with this because this is such a long wheelbase.
No, I'm going to scrape. No.
You'll drag the bottom, but that has, as this does, all kinds of underbody protection. So I'm feeling pretty confident even if I do scrape. Sorry, Tommy.
It is still a very challenging hill, so I'm gonna guide Roman down it. Down on down.
Easy peasy, huh? Yeah, no hill descent control needed.
Just your foot, huh?
Just my foot. Actually, I like that better. But you've got hill descent control in that bad boy.
I do. I have crawl control too.
Yeah, you should try it when we get to the Gulch. The biggest advantage I have is right here. These Firestone Destination MT2s. Look at these big old knobbies. Air these things down, I'm gonna have so much grip. This Jeep will be unstoppable.
The Tacoma has Goodyear Wrangler with Kevlar. That makes me feel a little bit better because the sidewall should be stronger than some of the other tires. What makes me a little bit concerned because I don't have a lot of clearance in the tread. That may be an issue, but because it's so dry, I think I can go anywhere basically.
Now we got a chopper that just left to get some water with a bucket. So interesting. We're, I'd say about maybe 2 miles from the fire. I'm not seeing any smoke or flames. The second I see any smoke, we're out of here.
Wild mountain fires are no joke. Look, blue sky right there. Over here where the fire is, completely gray. Completely different atmosphere.
Thanks guys, appreciate it. Well, that was the fire department saying that the fire is over the ridge, but it's heading this way. They've got a helicopter working it, a spotter plane, and a small tanker. They said it's 3 acres. They think they can contain it. It's not too bad yet, but Pennsylvania Gulch is probably about 5 miles away from here. So Andre, let's get the heck out of here now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
And then when we get to the hard parts, I'm gonna spot you, because I think with the shorter wheelbase, that's gonna be a little bit easier to get through the rough stuff. Well, Andre, that's the dirt road part of the Gulch, but now we get to the interesting and fun part. And last time you guys were here, you had a bit of a misadventure, so let's not repeat that.
No damage.
Yeah, let's just take it as slow as possible, as fast as necessary, pick our line, and show what these two vehicles can do. I think they're both capable. It's super narrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have a full-size truck, like an F-150, it won't go on this trail because it's just too narrow.
I'll go first, I'll show you the line, and then you follow me.
Okay.
Are you gonna use crawl control?
Yeah, hell yeah. I've got a lot of goodies.
Yeah,
I
and
better use them.
by the way, guys, a common mistake that newbies make is they wait till they get stuck until they do things like lock the rear diff. Lock them if you got them, boys!
You gotta use all of your tools, low range, lockers, anything you have, including crawl control, you wanna start using it. Okay, going into neutral, to go into 4 low. There it is.
Andre, you copy? I'm on camera going into 4 low. Alright, I've already locked up everything I've got. I'm in 4 low.
I don't have any lockers, so I can't lock them up. My shocks are in their most off-road worthy mode, and I'm ready to head up now. I think trail damage ranks this as,
I want to say a 6 out of 10, something like that. But the hard part is at the very end, so we're still not to the hardest part, but we'll get there. Okay, that sounds good, dude. I'm also
Locked up and in 4 low. I'm gonna
use crawl control as well.
There's my dash.
Nice. I'm going to use my big toe for my crawl control.
of course, a Jeep and a pickup don't necessarily compete, because a pickup is a work tool, whereas a Jeep is a convertible kind of fun plaything. But it doesn't mean that people don't cross shop these, especially here in Colorado.
I do have a front skid plate, so I have a little bit of underbody protection in this TRD off-road. How does this differ from the TRD Pro? Well, first of all, you have different shocks. The shocks are Bilsteins on the TRD off-road here, and of course there are Fox shocks on the TRD Pro. TRD Pro is also a little bit taller, has a little bit of a lift, and it has a little bit more underbody protection as well.
You have your ears on, Andre?
Yeah, I'm here. So what happens here is it just gets a little rocky.
Nice and easy, crawl over it. For me, I'm almost better in second gear.
Now there's a bit of a hole here.
Here, I would say, stay as far right as possible, but not too far right, because you could tear your Teflon tire.
Did you just call me Teflon? Oh man.
They're Kevlar. Kevlar. Bulletproof.
Oh, sorry. I meant Kevlar tire.
Tire. My mistake.
That obstacle was okay, no problem. Let's check the clearance. Yes, this is not very scientific, but it will give us a good measure of the front ground clearance. So let me measure the Tacoma and also the Wrangler. The clearance of the front skid plate on the Tacoma, it's about 11 inches. The clearance of the front differential cover on the Jeep or the front pumpkin, it's about 11.5 inches, which is actually very close to the clearance on the Tacoma. But the Jeep has so much more approach and departure and breakover angle because it's a short wheelbase. I'm a little concerned about how Tacoma is going to do.
Andre, an obvious difference between these two is that you have a bed, which gives you a lot more utility. But for going off-road, you probably want a shorter wheelbase. Let's see how long your wheelbase is compared to the two-door Wrangler.
Okay.
129 inches, dude. And the reason you want a shorter wheelbase is because of breakover angle.
Yeah.
You don't want this teeter-totter effect where you get caught on something
In the middle.
in the middle. Let's check out the Wrangler. How much do you think, Andre? What do you guess?
100?
96.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a big difference, dude. This is where the boys turned around last time. This Jeep is just a mountain goat. Really happy here. Feels like it's earning its keep. Suspension's working, tires are working. This is what it's all about.
All right, so how was this section?
It's a little tricky, you know. I
Okay.
think with your crawl control, I'd let the Cheddar do all the work.
And just steer and pick a
You
line.
just steer, pick a line with your Teflon.
Okay.
I mean Kevlar.
Teflon, really?
Your Kevlar tires, you should be fine.
Okay, so do you hear all the noise? That's the traction control system using the ABS, anti-lock brake system, and traction control system, and sensing wheel spin at every corner, at each corner. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
You know, that crawl control sounds like you got an entire percussion section. Yeah, riding in the back of the bed, man. All right, well that was, you know, that was probably like a 3 or 4.
Is it getting harder?
It's gonna get harder. All right, guys, here's a little POV, point of view. Both hands on the wheels. You probably don't need to keep your thumbs out anymore today because, well, it probably won't kick back on you, but it's always a good idea to do that. Let the suspension and the Jeep do all the work. This is a lot of fun, actually. I'm really enjoying myself. It's really cool to see what a machine like this can do. And for those of you guys who have a Wrangler and haven't actually used it like this, I'm gonna go and say, come on out here to Colorado. The water's great. And the off-roading's even better.
Go for it, Andre.
The only challenge I have here is I have a long hood in front of me. My visibility is a little bit limited. Okay, let me try. Yes, I did it. Yes, yes. Slow and easy does it. I'm just using my foot, no crawl control right now, even though I could use crawl control. Actually works really well.
That wasn't the hard part.
Dude, that route would look pretty hard.
Hard part's up there.
Oh, shimmy. Oh.
Yeah, we're getting there. So at the end of this is where it gets hard. So what I'll do is I'll go up first again, and then when I stop, I'll kind of help you pick the line.
Oh,
We interrupt
that's
this.
really hot.
Of course it's hot. We interrupt this review for a quick word from TFL. I'm going to be at this year's FJ Summit, so if you guys want to do a meet and greet, or if you have a Toyota you want to show off on our channel, shoot us an email at ask@tfltruck, and maybe we can feature you. And Andre, what are you talking about, dude?
I'm talking about TFL Off-Road, a brand new channel that Steven Elmer is going to be running. It's all about power sports, ATVs, side-by-sides, wave runners, jet skis, sleds, you name it.
Click
it's going to
above
be there.
or below, because we'd love to have you subscribe and check out some really cool power sport. You know what? I'm going to have to review my motorcycle.
You know, we should take some side-by-sides on this trail.
We should. All that's coming to TFL Off-Road and more. All right, guys, here comes the harder part. This is where the Jeep really shines. Get to use all the off-road bits. A little rocky, a little loose. It helps it, the camera doesn't hit you in the side of the head. One more little bit and we're at the top. Woohoo! Let's see how Andre does.
You might be saying, wait a minute, the Wrangler is a lot more fun. It's a convertible top. Well, for $41,000, I can also let the sun shine in. There's a tree right there and there's a giant rock. I don't want to damage the middle. Okay, it's always good to have a buddy spotting you.
Keep coming, keep coming.
Okay, so I'm getting
Nice.
some momentum. Traction is not a problem. These tires are doing great. What is the problem is clearance. It's a giant rock. It's a giant rock. I just sunk into a hole. Go Nathan style?
Go Nathan style.
Okay.
Oh, right there, you got it. Nice. Easy peasy.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's finish this up. Andre, this part separates the Jeep from the Taco.
Taco? Wait, I'm getting hungry actually.
This is where it gets tricky. So it's always a good idea to walk the hardest part, kind of figure out what our line is so that we don't, break anything.
We'll see what I found here.
Somebody already broke something.
Yeah, that's somebody's light, so
Let's go up and take a look. So Andre, we've got a kind of a biggish rock here and another biggish rock here. You could probably drive over this, but I would say go to the right of this one and then you can put your wheel to the left of this one and avoid both of them. But the real tricky part is right up there. You can see where it gets, well, there's no real way to go through there.
well, that's the route.
Yeah, that's the route I was talking about. Let's go up there and take a look. Hey Andre, you know how we have the razor bend?
Yes.
This big ass root that's right in the way? Let's call it the root canal. You gotta get through the root canal. Because if you go this way, you're gonna go right into that root with your tire. So I think you're gonna have to go way left, put the truck at a pretty precarious angle, straddle the root canal,
Yes.
and go right over it. And then once you're up there, you're kind of home free. This is the fun bit. Here we go. Whoa. Running into Andre back there. That would not be good. Whoa, yes. Yes, come on, Jeep. Up and over this rock. Up and over the rock. And coming up to the root canal. So far, so good. That's why you want solid axles.
This part is scary not because of difficulty really. It's because of potential damage. I'm approaching the root canal. Nice. And I'm really gonna... getting sideways.
Go, get confused. Go. Go.
Okay, that was the first route, and I'm approaching the root canal. And now I'm gonna be sideways the other way. And really, Roman is spotting me, so it's easier. I'm on the side, 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 and this is the root canal. This is, woo!
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
A little more?
Keep going, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Whew.
Stop.
That felt like a root canal.
You know what? That root canal wasn't all that painful, but here's what happens when you get it wrong. Apparently, things break. But we didn't. We got it right. Andre, nice work. Good work. That was a bit of a pucker moment, huh?
Thank you, dude. I was sideways there for a moment. Did you do that yourself, or did the Toyota do that? Did you use, I was not using the crawl control during that moment.
Moment, it was all me with my feet.
So it's just you, your toe, and a clenched butt, huh? Well, if you put it that way, that sounds pretty bad. Oh, you showed the root canal who's boss.
There is a reason that the Tacoma is the best seller in its segment. It just can do off-roading reliably and very capably.
Are you saying that it's as good as a Jeep, Andre?
That's what I'm saying, because I didn't really scrape.
You know what? The Jeep just eats this stuff alive, right? A lifted Jeep with big ass tires and aftermarket suspension and shocks. I mean, this thing didn't even break a sweat. So I'm really Surprised how well the Taco did. I'm really surprised how well you did. I'm glad that we weren't fleeing a fire.
And I'm glad that it didn't damage anything.
And I'm glad that you popped your Pennsylvania Gulch cherry. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember, check out tfltruck.com for more news, views, and of course, real world, forest fire, Pennsylvania Gulch, Taco versus Jeep reviews. So if it were your money, Andre, which one would you buy?
Truck all day long, because it's utility, man. I like utility and towing trailers and some affordability.
You know what I'd buy?
What?
The Jeep truck. That's coming.
Ah!
Best of both worlds, I'm hoping. See you guys, ciao. Andre, I kind of felt like the Jeep didn't care, but the Toyota cared a little bit.
Well, I think it comes down to the tire choice and the length of the Tacoma truck. I mean, I had a little bit more trouble negotiating those rocks.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a short wheelbase, at least when you're not climbing too steep of a hill. And those massive wheels and tires, you know, you come upon an obstacle and that big wheel just kind of rolls over it, whereas you got to kind of work your way up it.
Yeah, I have to use my throttle.
Yeah, plus those knobbies just bite and grab. So I think at the end of the day, they're both really good, but it's really about tires.
It is.